we have to start fighting against the insult of Peter Pan syndrome and tossing it aside because it is an insult. Because what we're seeing here is that we are a generation of men in a portion of the world, first world countries, that is, that have opportunities that we were never able to do in the past. And what it is, this Peter Pan syndrome insult, is to try and keep us in the past or keep us in the third world. We don't belong there. It's just like the girls. There's no Peter Pan syndrome. There's no version of it for the girls. The ladies today, they take complete advantage of all the modern, opportunities that they have, and men should do the same. I mean, take Peter Pan syndrome. What is the problem with men enjoying their youth? It's actually a good thing, because as a man in his 50s, I can tell you, all that happens when you get older is you get sickly from old age, and then you die. You want to prolong your youth as long as you can. And one of the things about your youth is this divine spark where you really get excited about something and you enjoy it immensely. And you want to concentrate on it and focus on it and spend more time on it. And the thing is now, while in the past, you had very limited time to enjoy it at all, if you could do it at all. And now we can. The video games are basically guys who found something they really love to do, and they can do it for hours. If they're working 8 hours a day and they're sleeping 8 hours a night, that leaves them 8 hours a day to enjoy video games. Just for an example, it doesn't have to be that. It could be golfing, for all we care. And the thing is, when people try and stop you from doing that, what they're really saying is, you are a serf, you're a peasant, you don't deserve this kind of thing. Just as a comparison, in the past, no matter how harsh the past was, there would be, wealthy men who could focus on doing this nonsense, whatever they, I shouldn't say nonsense, but what people would consider nonsense, 24/7, and it would be all right because they gained status, and so they were allowed. They'd be called eccentric. They wouldn't be called a bum or, childish or immature. Take golf in itself in the Scottish Highlands. The Scottish noblemen could spend all day while everyone else was working like dogs, hitting a ball around in the open fields. It was all right to people because they were high status. That's it. And so low status men are frowned upon enjoying what actually modern day living has given us. I mean, there's no version for the girls of it. The women and girls, they just enjoy all the modern, enjoy opportunities that they have. And guys should do it. I mean, it's also very hard to actually do it. Like if you throw away the shackles of Peter Pan, insult, you still have to deal with finding something that still electrifies you like you did in the past. I find that people just lose their love of things as we grow older. I think people lose their ability to revel in their own existence by the time they're like 25. I see it a lot. Like the young woman who's like 21, kicking up her heels in the, nightclubs. By the time she's 29, maybe she's settling down when she didn't have to, but she chose to. Now she's looking for a house and baby. She's losing that ability to revel in her own existence. And guys the same way, guys who would spend money on what they would say toys for big boys and enjoy themselves, maybe by 30, they're just getting married and they have their kids, and then they kind of just come home from work and sit around in front of the television or the computer, and that's it. That's their big love. But I can tell you that I have seen guys who actually find something that they really want to do badly, and they are no different at 30 as the 9-year-old boy who wants to do something really badly. They'll call in to work sick and renege on obligations and break promises to do this. And people insult them. See, that's immature, but what's actually happened, they found something that's worthwhile to them. And when you find something that's worthwhile to you, you do sacrifices of things that aren't worthwhile to you. It just goes to show you that, a lot of the things we obligate ourselves for is really just we have nothing else better to do. And so, if you find something that's worthwhile and you breaking a promise, it is worthwhile. And I would suggest you do cultivate those, because the rest of your time is drudgery usually. And you're just getting by, and you don't, the world is black and white to you, and this one thing brings color back into it, And that grows less and less with age. So you want to hold on to that if you can. So you got to throw away, first thing you do is throw away these shackles that society tries to put on you. One of the single men, the bachelor that people always had contempt for, is really just a man who has freedom to have color in his life. They want to shackle him to a woman and put him in a black and white world, and she's the one who can enjoy color, but his whole focus, or your whole focus, is just to put color into her world. She drains the color out of you to enjoy hers. And that's just not the right way to live, gentlemen. You should now start thinking that, no, I have to enjoy my life the best I can. And screw this idea of maturity. I mean, let's face it, if you guys get lucky one Saturday night and some girl invites you to her apartment and you see a bunch of stuffed toys in her bedroom, do you say, well, I can't fool around with this woman, she's so immature, she's got toys in her bedroom? No, it just goes to show you that whatever the Peter Pan syndrome is for the ladies is allowable, so they don't get insulted. And I know this kind of double standard has to be tossed aside. This is what this channel is mainly about. Throw away the double standards, because the double standards are really just to make you a serf when you don't have to be anymore. So enjoy the opportunities of modern life, please. Thank you, gentlemen.